Wow, the beach bash was so rad. We had a heck ton of fun there and I'm glad that it turned out great.
The waves were super nice for the surfing.
I love drinking lemon water every day. The health benefits of it are super awesome.
I'm so excited for the camp baseball games that are being played at Camp Plyview.
I love eating an organic healthy diet. My favorite food is honey hot tilapia. That mixture of the hot sauce and the honey is sweet and savory.
No way. My favorite food is the Nashville hot grilled whiting.
My favorite food is spicy Cajun tuna fillets.
My favorite food is a two-way tie between a kale and bacon pizza and Cajun shrimp kale salad.
Warning. A harsh blizzard is on its way and the warning is in effect on Sunday, March 1st, 2240 from noon to 9:17 p.m. Stay safe, stay warm, and get to the closest shelter immediately. The warning is in effect in most of southwestern Louisiana.
Last Sunday, me, my twin brother, and Joshua were harassed by some liberal environmentalist who was trying to force the global warming propaganda on us.
Yeah, it happened when we left the bowling alley after we had a really fun time with Joshua.
Yeah, I took Will and Hope bowling last Sunday since they wanted to go bowling and Esther did not want to go. But then after we left the bowling alley, a liberal environmentalist tried to argue with us and she tried to force us to go vegan. We refused to argue and then we made sure that we got away from her and then we went to a Dairy Queen to have some ice cream.
I witnessed to the environmentalist while she was harassing us and unfortunately she rejected the gospel.
The environmentalists called us morons all because we don't believe in the global warming propaganda.
What's even worse is that the environmentalists threaten to try to blast us on social media for not believing in the global warming propaganda.
Fortunately, we refuse to accept the stupid global warming propaganda.
Well, that environmentalist is such a giant kook and a massive loser.
Esther, do not call people a loser because that is rude. You know better than that.
You know very well that name calling does not solve any problems but only makes them worse. I'm sorry. Joshua, Hope, and Will, sorry that you had to deal with that. If someone tries to harass you, then just witness to them or ignore them.
We do hold to the true fact that we should take care of the earth, and on the other hand, the global warming propaganda is false.
that is an intense blizzard out there. That is definitely the storm of the decade, and we're in the beginning of the 2240s.
It is 28 degrees outside right now and the wind chill is at 12 degrees. The beautiful thing about church is that church is not a museum for saints, it's a hospital for the broken.
Dude, that is very encouraging. I know a guy at work who is a Christian who struggles with a pornography addiction. I could become his accountability partner and tell him about how we can rely on Jesus to overcome sinful addictions. Lord willing, when I go to work tomorrow, I'm gonna ask him if I could be his accountability partner.
Wow, that is a great idea.
Lord willing, me and my twin sister are going to volunteer at a homeless shelter this Friday. I feel bad for the homeless, especially since some of them could be out in this aggressive weather. What's even worse is that some people treat homeless people like trash.
I know, it breaks my heart every time people treat the homeless like trash.
Lord willing, me and my twin brother are going to volunteer at a homeless shelter this Friday.
Well, that is very nice of you to do this. There are a lot of people who are in need.
The homeless people are in harsh conditions, and they are also often treated like garbage, and that breaks my heart.
I agree, and the conditions that the homeless people are in is even worse in weather like this.
I love volunteering at charities, and so does my twin brother. We love doing so because it helps those in need.
Lucky Harding, do not shove people because that is rude. Okay class, today you have a test on the 7 C's of history. The 7 C's of history are creation, corruption, catastrophe, confusion, Christ, cross, and consummation. This test is 30 questions and you have the whole class to complete the test.
I can't wait for Friday to get here because Valerie from Bible history class is retarded as heck. Valerie from Bible history class is such a huge loser who lives in a poor family.
Lucky Harding, that is totally unacceptable. Bullying is wrong and you know better than that.
Mind your own business, Mr. Nosy. It's not my fault that Valerie from the other class is a huge loser who is a poor crybaby.
Lucky Harding, you have been warned not to be rude in this class several times. Congratulations, you just shortened your weekend by an hour with an official detention today. Lucky Harding, if you do not stop bullying then you will hereby be exempt from the class field trip. You also pushed someone out of your way on your way in here. By class field trip, I'm not referring to the one that is scheduled for this month. I'm referring to the big field trip to the theme park.
Are you serious?
Lucky Harding, I'm using this as a method to get through to you. Also, a real Christian does not go around bullying people. You should also examine yourself and see if you're in the faith. Alright class, sorry about that. Now go ahead and take the test.
Happy Saturday morning, everyone. I have an important announcement to share before I start the sermon. Lord willing, me and my family will be moving to New Zealand on the 26th of this month. Lord willing, I am opening up a new Christian campsite called Camp Lightview. The campsite is scheduled to open on Wednesday, April 1st. I am also hosting an autumn youth retreat there, Lord willing. The retreat is from April 2nd to 6th. The retreat will begin on Thursday, April 2nd at 9 o'clock p.m. and then end on Monday, April 6th at 9 o'clock a.m. The retreat is ages 12 through 19 and the cost is $325 per camper. If any camper has some truancy issues and he or she can arrive on April 3rd at 5 o'clock p.m. and then leave on April 5th at 9 o'clock p.m. Lord willing, there will be a youth retreat for each season and family retreats as well. Back in the last year of my NFL career before I retired, I planned on opening up a Christian campsite. I began pastoring this church back in the year of our Lord 2234, just after I retired from the NFL at the age of 41. I retired from the NFL on my 41st birthday, which was on February 11th, 2234. I played for the New Orleans Saints for my entire NFL career, and when my team won those 3 Super Bowls, I gave all of the glory to Jesus Christ. I never compromised during my career as I held steadfast to biblically sound truth even if it was unpopular. My jersey sales always went up every time I went against the woke agenda that is promoted by the liberal media. When my jersey sales went up by 65% after I said that homosexuality is a sin, I gave glory to Jesus Christ. I also gave the glory to Jesus Christ in those other times when my jersey sales went up after being steadfast to biblical truth even if it was unpopular. I also never apologized for being steadfast to biblical truth even if it was unpopular. If you have anyone in the 12 through 19 age range who has mental disorders like autism or Asperger's, I would like you to listen to this. Me and the leaders are very good with handling children and teens with mental disorders, especially since my daughter Esther has autism. If anyone in the 12 through 19 age range needs any medication, then you must send medication with them and give me information about that. The hiking trail, the arcade, the lake, and the pool at the campsite are designed to have a sensory environment. This is done so this way if a camper with mental disorders has a meltdown, then he or she can go try one of those for a sensory environment. Those 4 places that I mentioned have a sensory environment when there's like 10 or less people there. The seasons are different in the Southern Hemisphere and anyone can schedule a retreat for any time that is outside of the scheduled retreats.